Every day, about 1,000 new residents pack up and move to Texas. It is one of the most massive demographic shifts happening in the country right now. This chart shows population growth among the 10 largest states between 2010 and 2020. That green bar on the far left represents Texas adding over 4 million people, completely dwarfing the gains of every other major state. Looking further down the chart at the trailing blue bars, we can see where a large portion of this influx is originating. Places like California and Florida are supplying a steady stream of out-of-state arrivals to the Lone Star State. This line graph tracks the annual percent change in population over the last 2 decades. The blue line representing Texas consistently spikes well above the flat orange line of the United States average. This volume of movement represents an enormous transfer of wealth and human capital. The question is, what specifically is pulling millions of people across state lines? The primary financial driver for this migration is written directly into the state constitution. Texas has no personal state income tax. That policy keeps thousands of dollars in the pockets of workers. When combined with streamlined regulations, it creates a powerful draw for major corporate headquarters. High-profile leaders in the tech industry have recognized this, relocating massive operations, manufacturing facilities, and their own executive teams to the state. Legacy tech giants are following suit. Companies like Apple are actively expanding their Texas footprint, bringing thousands of high-paying jobs along with them. Texas has successfully engineered a powerful financial magnet. Yet, as the population swells, we have to examine whether this economic growth masks hidden costs for the average resident. If it were an independent country, Texas would have the 8th largest economy in the world. While it built that wealth on oil, the modern state relies on a much broader foundation. The engine of this economy is the Texas Triangle. At the northern point, the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is experiencing a corporate expansion that added over 150,000 residents in 1 year. To the southeast, Houston anchors the state as a diverse powerhouse, leading in global energy and housing the largest medical complex in the world. In the center, Austin has transformed into the Silicon Hills, riding a tech surge that has increased the metro population by 44% since 2010. These metros are hungry for specific talent. Software developers and specialized healthcare professionals, like nurse practitioners, are seeing high job growth and commanding premium salaries. Clustering that many high-paying jobs in a few specific cities created intense competition for space, triggering a housing frenzy that the state is only just beginning to recover from. The housing market is currently undergoing a severe normalization, particularly in areas like Austin that overbuilt during the recent rush. This visualization illustrates the current correction. Active housing inventory has nearly doubled, pushing the median sale price downward as properties sit on the market longer. For buyers with the capital to navigate elevated interest rates, this cooling period offers a rare window to negotiate. However, new buyers are often blindsided by the math of homeownership. The state levies an average effective property tax rate of roughly 1.4%. Without an income tax, local municipalities rely entirely on property levies to fund school districts and public infrastructure. The idea of uniformly cheap Texas living doesn't align with the math. The state extracts its revenue differently, placing a heavy premium on expensive homes to balance the lack of an income tax. Absorbing 1,000 new residents every day places a severe physical burden on state resources. The state operates an independent power grid that faces constant pressure from the surging population, making it highly vulnerable during extreme weather events. On the ground, the major metros are fighting legendary traffic gridlock. The state is currently executing multi-billion-dollar highway overhauls in Austin and Houston just to keep commuters moving. To handle the accompanying strain on the supply chain, Texas highways have become the primary testing ground for autonomous, driverless freight logistics. Texas finds itself in a continuous race against its own expansion, forced to rapidly innovate its infrastructure to prevent systemic failure. So, who actually benefits from moving here? The math favors high-earning corporate professionals, specialized tech experts, and healthcare workers. Families seeking expansive suburban homes and master-planned communities will also find the space they need on the edges of the major cities. Conversely, middle-income buyers expecting universally cheap living or residents who rely on robust public transportation will find the environment challenging. The modern Texas proposition is a clear trade-off. You accept high property taxes, weather risks, and gridlock in exchange for zero income tax and a job market currently adding more positions than any other state. The state's average home price has climbed to $348,000. The opportunities remain, but the entry fee has shifted.